Get out of there, you stupid fucking eyelash. No one likes you.
Don't bully my eyelashes.
I thought you were just like holding up an invisible parrot. Like you're a pirate.
Parrot.
You're
Yes.
like, I'm going to put you on my shoulder in a second. Just wait. Alright.
Just give me a minute. I don't know what I'm good at.
Good at talking shit.
Yeah, for sure. It's my only skill in life. Hi, I'm Ash.
And I'm Tate.
And this is Not As Fucked. Good at talking shit. That's not what we... I've got that, oh, Mr. Bubblegum. Oh, Mr. Chickle Snit. That one stuck in my head.
Yeah.
I wanna da-da-da. Oh, because you're so thick. That's going to get cut out. Hi.
Hey, how you doing? I've got
you?
on TikTok, you know, the tap, 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 tap. But then it's the Doofenshmirtz remix.
Have you done it?
No, I've just got that in my head.
Oh.
But have you heard the Doofenshmirtz one? It's a banger.
Sing it for me.
And I don't know how it goes, but it's just like, I don't really understand, but I got glue on my hands.
Yeah.
Records on my fingers.
Tap. Yeah, I do. Yeah, okay. I didn't know that's what it was called. I always have that stuck in my head. It's just, well, I'll be honest, I don't really understand. Always in my head.
It's so great. It's the best. And the actual, like, whatever show that's from.
What show it's from either.
But that's actually, like, a banger, just in general. Like, that actual song. And it goes for, like, 2 minutes. It's rad.
So how are you?
I am, yeah, good. Yeah, and I'm good. Pretty good, actually. Yeah, jeez, that's surprising. Look, I'm sure there's probably been a lot of things that were interesting that happened, but I just can't think of them right now.
Just all disappeared. What time did you wake up this morning?
Like what, half an hour ago?
Yeah, I thought
so.
You were like, we start at 10:30 and it was 10:40 when you messaged me, and I was like, yeah, he just got up.
Yeah. I went out rock climbing yesterday.
Ooh,
which was fun. Yeah, with a couple of mates, and then afterwards we went to go and get some food. The food turned into beers, and then the beers turned into food.
Food turned into beers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some sort of Jesus happening there. Water into wine, food into beers.
I was like, I'll get the beer. They brought out a steak. I'm like, what? And they went, whoa! On Monday, actually, I did a fun, special little project, which was cool. I was in a dance video.
Well, that's cool. Is that what the beard was for, or is that a different thing?
No, that was a different thing. But speaking of, I do actually have another short film coming up in a couple of weeks, which I'm doing.
That's exciting.
So yeah, it's like a dance tutorial video thing.
Dance tutorial video.
Yeah. So there's this guy that teaches people how to dance, and this one was sort of aimed at the gents, you know, being like out in public and like dancing and stuff, because like a lot of dudes are like really awkward, and it was just sort of like how to
move and not look like a spastic.
Yeah. And like the best part about
how to not be a Gumby.
Like what not to do, and like don't go crazy, and like you know, all that sort of stuff. Like if you're out and you're a bit awkward, like this is what you can do to seem like approachable, nice, just like part of the gang. But just
was one of his tips, don't just randomly start grinding on girls?
I'm pretty sure
it fucking should be. Good. Because if you do that, just
don't.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
And putting guys that just put their hands on like chicks' lower back to like get past them, or like at like the bar when they're waiting or something. Don't fucking touch people you don't know. Don't touch people. Just don't touch anybody.
Don't touch anybody ever. Don't even touch
Ever.
yourself.
No! You'll get hairy palms.
Yep.
Or you'll go blind. Is that what they used to say? I don't know.
You go blind. Because I've got perfect vision. Yeah, so that was pretty rad, actually. And it was just like what not to do, what to do. And then it was like an actual, like, we did like a routine sort of thing at the end as well. So we learnt like some stuff.
Once
So
you get a
really cool.
version of it, let me see it because I'm excited.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Dance with Colour. That's a bit of a plug for him. There you go. Or Move with Colour, I think. Because he teaches a lot of just like dance things and like kind of like Zumba style as well. Like does like
That's exciting.
An hour-long track and just different choreography and stuff. But yeah, anyway, that was my week. What did you get up to?
Nice. I spent probably about 80% of my week in extreme pain. To the point where there almost wasn't an episode on Thursday, but somehow I managed to smash it out from 8 a.m. for a release at 10. Which I'm pretty proud of myself. I had to do a bunch of fucking blood tests and just different lab tests and things like that. And then I've booked a whole bunch of other ones that I have to go and do next week. And it sucked. But I spent a lot of time doing embroidery. I started working on a rose pattern on the back of my jeans. And I finished my fuck off shirt, and I've started working on a shirt for Laura, who's my co-host on Dad Obsessed. And we recorded the first 3 episodes of Dad Obsessed as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Busy.
So I had it. Yeah. Well, the good thing about Dead Obsessed is that I can just sit up on the couch curled up while we do it because Laura actually comes over. She only lives around the corner. So
They're not breaking
I did that.
COVID
and
protocols, anything.
No, we're not because she lives alone. So I'm her social bubble. I'm her bubble buddy.
Bubble buddy. Bubble buddy.
Yeah.
Bubble
buddy. Halloween's on a Saturday this year, and I'm so sad because we're still going to be in lockdown. And when is Halloween ever on an actual Saturday? Yeah, so that's been my week. It's been a bit of good and a bit of bad, but I've been relatively stable. I've just also been in pain. So
did they figure out what was wrong?
No, I haven't got any of my tests back yet.
Okay.
So I have to go and get like ultrasounds and a bunch of other things next week. And then I don't even know if they'll be able to. I'm pretty sure what they're going to say is that we couldn't see anything wrong, which means it's Crohn's because my mum has Crohn's. So, and I don't think there's a test for it. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. But yeah, so that's been my week. It's been good but painful.
Right.
Our topic this week, I just can't think of segues anymore. My brain's broken.
You were like the segue, like, I was going to say God. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the segue queen most of the time, but not now.
Something cool.
I've got it!
All right, go.
Speaking of having a good week and me doing well on, getting the podcast out on time, regardless of being in pain and getting embroidery stuff done, our topic this week is no humility allowed, things we're good at. Why do you look like you're in pain?
It's going to be a short episode.
Oh no, Tatums! Don't do that. We're going to have to do each other's. Like, I tell you things you're good at. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
When I said do each other.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, no humility allowed, things we're good at. Because very often we, as people in general, and especially people in theatre and or comedy or entertainment or creatives, we tend to put ourselves down because most of the time we were bullied or for some reason we put ourselves down as like a deflecting, coping humor mechanism of some sort. So this is an episode of us focusing on things that we are good at, and we're going to try the whole episode to not put ourselves down. Or each other. Tate didn't agree to that. I've just sprung that on him.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there silent.
That's a great idea, Ash. Yeah, no, cool. That's good. That's good. I think that's great. I think that's great.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Tate, tell us about some things you're good at.
It's a positive space. I think I'm pretty good at staying positive. Because positivity is positively delightful.
Trying so hard. Straight up. This is going to be so hard for me to not belittle you. Bully you.
Good. Let's fucking do this all the time.
I only ever bully you out of love. I never mean any of the things I say. But this entire episode, if I have the urge to do that, I'm just going to yell out, I love you.
Good.
It's going to happen so much.
So, something that I'm good at, I honestly think I am very good at maintaining positivity through stress. I'm always generally quite positive and helpful at work. I think that's a very key part of who I am as a person. You know, when things go wrong, always trying to see, and I guess this is like a lot because of, you know, therapy and things like that. You know, putting those terrible thoughts that come first out of my brain and go, okay, no, wait, let's just, what can we do here? You know, problem solving, and getting through it.
Do you have to sort of talk to yourself into doing that?
I did to begin with, not anymore. It's just sort of naturally what's happened, formulated over the years. And yeah, I'm a pretty chill, easygoing, positive people person. I'm pretty good at not taking anything seriously, even when having a serious conversation. I like to make jokes, which I am working on in one way, but another way I am very good at it. I feel as though I'm like at a job interview now. I'm a very
I was going to say, it's a little bit like that.
Very interesting. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like different things that we haven't said in any of the episodes yet. I'm pretty good at cooking. I enjoy cooking. It's lots of fun.
What's your favourite thing to cook?
I mean, when it comes to my favourite thing to cook, purely because it's my favourite thing, is steak. I cook a mean steak, and I really freaking enjoy it. That's all. But I just love it. If I could go with steak right now, actually, I might go and get a steak after this. What about you?
What about me? So if we're talking about like things that I'm talented in, I'm a good baker.
Becca.
I have a pretty good sweet tooth, so I find that I'm good at sort of baking sweets and desserts and things like that. I think I'm very creatively ingenuitive, I guess. So like I'm good at coming up with sort of abstract or sort of out of the box ways of getting creative things done or making something. So like with my Halloween decorations that I showed you before, like I made them out of cardboard. And painting and stuff like that. Also think I'm very book smart. When I do apply myself, trying not to put myself down is really hard.
Good.
I think I'm very passionate about a lot of things, but I think my biggest strength is sort of my my creativity. So when it comes to anything in sort of the creative or media industries, I'm really creative with sort of what I can make and what I can do and the ideas that I come up with. I'm trying not to be negative. I don't know how to phrase it. Like, I come up with really good ideas, but I don't always execute them. Wherever. I'll cut it out. Doesn't count. But yeah, I think I'm a very creative person, and I think I'm a good leader as well. But I think out of the box sort of ideas are kind of my biggest strength.
Yeah, just things that you're good at, and I would say that you're pretty good at the embroidery stuff that you've shown me, because you've made some really cool sick-ass shirts that look really rad.
Thanks.
And that's only something you picked up, not too long ago. And it
Yeah.
looks awesome. And yeah, I would agree with the fact that you're very creative. Absolutely. What's something...
This is a weird topic, isn't it?
It is, but that's the thing.
We're having a struggle time with it.
It's hard to compliment yourself because you don't really think of it like this. Like, unless you're going for a job interview or you're trying to impress someone and you're like, "Ooh, I'm really good at blah, blah, blah."
But even then, a lot of the time, the kind of stuff that people say is pretty sort of standard.
Yeah. Good at Excel, competent in Word.
Can Excel.
Has seen
But it's also
PowerPoint.
like leading a team or being part of a team, stuff like that is always on that. But it feels weird to, especially because now while I'm looking for a job, I've written up a resume. It feels weird to actually sort of put down what you're good at without also feeling like
total wank.
that. Yeah. And it's really hard because it's like there's this weird standard of you have to tell me you're good at all the things we want, but if you show anything other than a stock standard response, you're going to look like a self-inflated asshole. You don't need a college degree to do it, and that's what some of these employers ask for. But then when you put that you really believe you'll be a really strong applicant or whatever it is, there's thousands of people saying the exact same thing, and it's really hard to sort of stand out and be like, I am really good at this. And this shit is my bitch without sounding like a wanker. And then they're like, oh, I don't know. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But that's why it's important to tell yourself sometimes that you're good at things. Give
Yeah,
yourself
definitely.
a little boosty.
Especially when you're going through like being sort of unsuccessful in job applications and stuff like that, like I have been. I understand that it's, COVID and there's not a lot of places hiring, and then there's also a lot of people out of work. But you get sort of really dejected sometimes. And then you're like, shit, maybe I'm not actually good at anything. Like, I'm not that impressive, but it is, important to be like, no, I am good at this and I do have skills in these things. Like you said, it's important to tell yourself and remind yourself that you are actually good at things and learn to validate yourself rather than needing the validation of others. I've always been so bad at that. But recently I've gotten a little bit better at being able to validate myself and be like, yeah, that's dope. You did really well.
Yeah, well, that was like the secret music thing. Super secret music thing I did the other day that I whipped up in like 10 minutes.
Super secret music thing? Are you talking about the Dead Obsessed?
Yeah.
You can just say it. I've
Spoiler
asked Tate
alert.
to help me
Spoiler
with...
alert. Gosh.
Why is it a spoiler?
Gosh. No, I don't
This
care.
comes out after the
so-
first episode comes out.
Well, that's fine then. Don't worry about it.
Tate...
Oh, wait, yeah, 10th. Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah. I tried so hard and I just kept making the same fucking thing because I don't know what I'm doing with music at all. So I messaged Tate, I think it was like the middle of the night, and I was like, please help me because I'm trying to make the intro music for Dead Obsessed. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pressing buttons. I don't know what I need. Please help me. And then, you like sent me that thing and I was sitting on the couch and I played it, and Tanna was like, what the fuck's happening? He thought you were on a call. And he was like, hi, Tate. And then he didn't reply because it was a recording. Which was quite funny. But Tate's essentially making it for me because that's not one of my skills. Music is not one of my skills. I can sing and repeat and, you know, do stuff when it comes to songs that already exist, but writing music, nope. Just sounds like gobbledygook.
Well, see, that's the thing. You try to write music, whereas I just create.
I love you.
This is fantastic. This is the best. This is an amazing episode. But yeah, you know, I thought that was pretty cool, you know, just to be able to whip something up. Obviously not finished, but you know, yeah, I'm pretty happy with my creative ability to create music.
Yeah, your musical talent is, and your voice.
My voice is really good. Actually, yeah, I'd say my voice is good. I like it. I like you know, doing accents.
I'm sorry.
And
have
shit.
you listened to you singing Dear Theodora? Damn.
Yeah,
that was brilliant.
But fun fact, that video was the one that I gave up on.
Oh really?
Immediately after. Actually, I should show you. I wonder if I kept it. Because I hated it. I hated it. I couldn't get it right. So many attempts.
It's beautiful.
I could not, for the life of me, get the chord progression sounding right and get the singing sounding right and just weave all of it together to make it sound good. And I was just like, why is this happening? Why? I just want to bloody put it out and be happy with it. Let's see. There you go. I got.
Oh my god, that broke my heart just then.
I was just sitting there and I was just feeling so shit because I just couldn't get it.
If you want to see what I'm reacting to, you'll have to watch the video.
Spot, sorry. And I just got so frustrated and I just honestly felt so shit and I was like, why do I even bother? And then I was just like, you know what, fuck it. Well, this wasn't that day. It took me about 2 or 3 more days to just be like, fuck it.
Because as soon as you posted that, it came up, like I was just scrolling. As soon as you posted that and I played it and I was listening to it, I was like, oh my, like my heart broke, but in like a way of, I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Cause I didn't know that song. I haven't heard it before. And so I was listening to it and I was like, oh my God, that's so good. And then you were like, haha, thanks. Like you just still weren't content with it. And seeing that, I'm like, oh my God, I just want to shake you.
Yeah, it was just.
I'm so glad you posted it.
That was like literally the last like attempt I did at it. And yeah, I just got super frustrated and super unhappy. And yeah, as you can see, I threw the uke on the ground because I was like, I was just so angry and disappointed. But then yeah, I posted it anyway and everyone loved it, so I don't know what I was.
Everybody flipped. They loved it. Can
about.
You send me the video that you posted on Insta and I'll attach it to the end of this?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. But that was really good. And like you're ridiculous in the best kind of way. Things on Instagram and TikTok and all that craziness. Just entertaining is like your ultimate talent.
That's what I do. I just want to entertain, make people feel good, you know, make people laugh. And I don't care if it's at my expense or just in general, just being a dickhead. That's what I do. And yeah, I just like making my friends laugh or do one of these ones, you know, when you're in bed and you're just like, That's my goal. That that's kind of funny, but not funny enough to laugh out loud. That's prime. That's what that
Your
is.
Snapchats always make me do my witch's cackle. Especially because I'm never expecting them. Because I don't have notifications for Snapchat and I never really check it. And then sometimes when I do check it and then there's a photo of you with just the most ridiculous filter on, I just let out my...
Yeah. Yeah, that
great.
the shaved head one was cool. I enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun.
Were you offended when I was like, no, I hate it?
I hate it. I was just like, why? Why do you hate it? It doesn't look too bad.
Because I like your hair.
Yeah, look, me too.
Not because it looks bad, but I was also like, please don't think that please don't do it. I was worried you were gonna be like, fuck it.
Fuck it. Do it live. Where is it? I think they've gotten rid of
Fuck
it
it,
now.
we're doing it live.
Comedy making people feel laugh, making people feel good.
Making people feel laugh.
Making people feel laugh, you know. Just
All right.
a series of jokes through my head that are just, yeah. That I'm not going to say.
Write them down. Save them
Because
for later. Make a special. Put it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that like... I find that I create things for... Can't remember. Help me.
Something about something.
Oh, I find that I... So, like, you create things and do things and make jokes and the funny and stuff to make other people laugh. Did you like that?
Make the funny and stuff.
Make the funny and stuff. To make other people laugh and feel things and stuff, which is really, really sweet. I find that I tend to make things for the purpose of my own enjoyment. But I do a lot of the time worry about what, not necessarily what people think, just that like it won't be seen or something, you know? So like I tend to get a little bit too obsessed into the numbers of like the downloads of the podcast and like the sort of, I think because I come from a production background and that's where a lot of my sort of things lie, I tend to get a bit worried and like anxious if something that I'm involved in or I'm doing sort of isn't performing as well as I would like it to be. And I think I need to, or I'm trying to work on just making content that I enjoy and doing projects and stuff that I enjoy because I'm good at it and I know I'm good at it and I enjoy it, rather than worrying about what the analytics and stuff are saying, and doing it because it makes me and like my friends feel good rather than worrying about what the general population thinks. Does that make any sense?
It made some sense.
Cool. That's good. Some is good.
Some sense. It made some sense.
Essentially, I worry a little bit too much. I know this is meant to be like positive, but I worry a little bit too much about the analytics and sort of don't really focus on the fact that I enjoy doing the thing and I'm good at doing the thing. So that's something that I'm trying to work on now, is just doing the thing and enjoying doing the thing, and being good at the thing rather than numbers and analytics. And I don't know how that was related to things. I feel like I say little rants in this podcast and then I stop and I'm like, that is just not related to anything.
But that's something that you're good at.
What, ranting?
Yeah.
Is it?
Just like speaking your mind. You know?
Yeah. It'd be good if my mind made a little bit more sense, but yeah.
It's minor details, you know.
Yeah. I think that is something that I'm good at, though. Like the way that you said that, is that I'm good at being open about things. I very rarely will sort of hold myself back just because I don't see the point. And sort of I'm unapologetic in the sense of I like what I like and I say what I think and I think what I think because I want to do it, not because it sort of affects anybody else. Which I guess can be seen as good as bad, but I'm taking it as good.
Good. It's all about being positive. It's all about positivity. What would you say is your biggest strength when it comes to hobbies? Like, it can be something tiny, it can be something massive, it can be just an overarching thing. Just like linking this back to previous episodes where we have talked about hobbies. If you want to go and listen to it, check it out.
I feel like my biggest strength with just like non-professional things that I'm doing is just like I put a lot of initial energy and time and sort of excitement into it. And I have all these wonderful ideas. I just don't always follow through with them or finish them. But they always start off really high level energy.
Yeah, good.
What about you?
I didn't even really think about it.
You asked the question, didn't think about your own answer.
No. When it comes to me and my biggest strength when it comes to hobbies, I don't know. I would say that I have probably a lot of ideas, possibly even too many ideas about things.
Mm-hmm.
Some that are extremely grandiose and some that probably
same.
won't work out. But I'd like to think that it's possible to do them when it's not. Or it's probably too much, I would say. But yeah, I would say that that's definitely something that I aim way too high to begin with, and I'm like, oh wait, hang on, let's just take it back there. That's pretty good. Yeah.
What about relationship-wise? Friends, family, partners?
I'd say I'm a very caring person.
So, I just had this image. No, there's a line in... Fuck, is it... It's like some old English comedy something. And the way that you said, I would say I'm a very generous... The way that you said that, it just made me think of the line, I would say I'm a very generous lover. And that's why I giggled so hard. Because it was like a perfect imitation of that scene.
Okay.
Sorry, I apologize. Start again.
I would say I'm a very generous lover.
Why do you do that to me? Oh, damn.
I would say... Yeah, I would say I'm very caring, taking care of people, possibly to my own detriment, which is not exactly good, but I'm very good at it. Relationships with family. I'm very good at being a peacekeeper when it comes to family. I have a sister, a mother, and an older brother, but my sister and my mother that I see quite often.
You're the youngest, right?
Yes, I am.
Yep.
I'm the baby.
So they are very strong, passionate, stubborn people. Very opinionated, love them to death. But yeah, they fights and stuff like that, especially when we play board games. I'm sure everyone can sort of understand that. So that's where I'm putting it.
That's really cute.
So I'm
I
like
don't know
the
a family that plays board games.
I'm like the, but like the typical thing, Monopoly's tearing us apart. It's like that. My sister loves
Do you
Monopoly.
like Monopoly?
I like Monopoly. I like it.
Can we play Monopoly? I don't have a single person that will play Monopoly with me, and I love it.
Yes, I will.
live on air. Take promise to play Monopoly. We'll invite Giselle over as well. And I'll just sit there and watch you two fight.
Yeah, good. No, see, I don't fight.
All right, fine. You can keep the peace between me and Jess.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm more the peacekeeper during that, and while they're fighting, and sometimes, you know, when you fight with someone, it starts to get like a little bit real. I generally am the type of person that will loop it on back and make it funny and bring everyone's mood a little bit lighter and happier, and then it's good. You know?
So you're the funny tension breaker. I'm the angry tension breaker. If there's a fight going on, I will outfight either of them, and then both of them go quiet. That's so like they'll be fighting,
tactic.
and then I'll be like, you know what, y'all are being fucking stupid. Let's stop and go back to doing what we were doing. And that's how I break the tension, is yelling, because I'm louder than them.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
That's the way. Friends, I would say I'm very good at...
Don't say communicating.
No,
I mean, I love you.
No, I was actually just thinking like friends, like I'm honestly just, good at making them laugh, like looping back to that, you know, keeping people happy, I guess. That's definitely a thing. And then relationship with a partner.
Generous lover. Why is that so funny to me?
I'd say so, yeah, absolutely.
Don't contact my references, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel as though I'm a very probably overprotective person when it comes to caring for people, doing things.
That's cute.
Like, don't badmouth my girl, and you'll be right. But you do, and I'll snap your neck. This is a lot of things, but I'd say that, yeah, I'm probably...
Are you a jealous boyfriend?
Like, yes and no, I guess. But like, everyone's
Like the normal amount.
not, yeah. What about you?
Well, I was just going to say, I don't really... I think with friendships and stuff, I'm very good at, like my... What just happened to me? With friendships, I think that I am very good at communicating. You know, just talking and chatting and being able to communicate. But there does sometimes come a point where I feel like I'm doing all the communicating, so I sort of just stop. Because I have had my fill of one-sided, or what I feel like is one-sided relationships for a lifetime. But I'm good at like being the person of like, let's go on this day trip out to the middle of nowhere to look at a waterfall, or go to a maze, or go to a cafe that's just in the middle of nowhere, like a 3-hour drive away. But I also do think that I'm very generous to my friends in terms of like trying to make them feel special and feel loved and stuff like that. And I do think that comes from the fact that a lot of the time I don't feel that. So I try and give that feeling, because I appreciate it when I feel like that. In relationships, I think it's the same sort of thing. I'm good at like little sort of everyday gestures of I bring Tanna a mocha while he's at work, and just like little things that I know that he likes and appreciates. Or when I go shopping, I get him like a Kinder Surprise or something like that, just little things. And I'm really good in relationships with their family. That's like, I feel like that's a talent. I think there's only one boyfriend I've ever had where his mum didn't like me, and that's because I had a go at her because she's not a great person. And with my family, I don't really know. I feel like I go out of my way to spend time with like quality time with my mum and like my grandparents and stuff like that. But I don't really feel like I have any sort of, I guess because I'm an only child, so it's not like I really have any other child to compare myself to in sort of relationships. But mum and I get on really well. Like we went to Europe for over a month together. We were gone for 6 weeks and we had a great time. But I think a lot of that has come with my my ability to call her out on shit. Like when she's being ridiculous, like we hired a car and she wanted to drive and I was just like, no fucking way are you driving. Like I love you, but I'm not letting you fucking drive. Because we lovingly bully each other. Well, most of the time it's me lovingly bullying her. But calling her out on stuff like that, I think, you know, sometimes we're more like friends than we are parent-child. I guess because I'm an adult now, so. But that's something I think I'm quite good at, is the being able to establish like a different sort of relationship with my parents than the one that we had when I was a kid, because that sort of wasn't the best for me anyway. I think I'm good at managing relationships in like trying to form them into sort of ones that I'm comfortable with, while also balancing sort of what they naturally sort of sit as. It's that thing again where I finish talking and you just don't fucking say anything. So I feel like I fucked up somewhere.
I was honestly just like distracted by your lizard tongue that just happened just then. It was just out.
Not a lizard tongue.
What tongue is it then?
Human tongue.
Right, I was distracted by your human tongue.
Fair enough.
Saying human tongue sounds weird. I was distracted by your human tongue. As if, like, we've got more than one tongue.
You called it a lizard tongue, so that's your own fault.
Yeah, but...
You could just say you were distracted by my
human
tongue, which also sounds kind of weird.
Yeah. Your human tongue. Put your human tongue away.
But keep your lizard tongue out.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Just thinking about it, you know what else I think I'm really good at?
What?
Self-analyzing. And being self-aware. I think I've said that in every episode. I think I am so self-aware, but also aware of like my surroundings and stuff like that. You know, when you're walking down the street and people are just like not aware there's people behind them and they're shuffling in the middle of the thing, or they take up the whole pathway.
Slow walkers.
It's not even people that walk slowly. You can walk slowly, just stick to a side. Don't walk in the middle, or just like be aware of the people around you. I'll rephrase that. I think I'm very good at not being one of those people. Because I'm always sort of aware of my surroundings and what's going on, and, you know, realizing that I'm not the center of the universe kind of thing, and there's other people with other lives around me as well. I think that's something that I'm very good at, that not a lot of people would recognize as a skill, but I think it is. Sorry, am
Absolutely.
I boring you?
Yes. No, I absolutely, like, I feel as though that's so many, like, too many people aren't aware enough. Too many people aren't aware enough of their surroundings. Didn't finish that. And, yeah, especially when it comes to, yeah, people walking down the street, taking up the whole friggin' path. Or just, like, standing or just doing things that aren't quite thinking about other people. Like when you're at a restaurant and then like someone leaves and they just like leave their chair all the way out instead of like just pushing it back in.
I find
so
something that I do all the
like
time is like on public transport, or if you're anywhere where there's like benches and seating.
Lick them.
Like I will usually, definitely not. I will not lick them. I will usually sit like, if there's someone sitting in the middle and there's like, so there's 3 chairs, okay?
Three
Three
chairs.
chairs.
You've got 3 chairs.
If somebody's on the far right chair, I will sit on the far left chair. You know, but if there's, and a lot of people will just leave that. And then if there's 2 people that come up or towards and they're together and they want to sit down, I will get up. Because then they can sit down together. Or it's just me. Do you know what I mean? Like, people won't automatically fill in that middle chair. If it's just like one person, they just won't because they're sitting next to two people they won't like. But I know that if I get up, the two people will sit down because they're next to each other. So that's less wasted space.
No, if they want to sit down, they can sit down. They can sit on each other's laps. One can sit, one can stand.
Yeah, I
one
know.
could
I just
sit
feel
like
it's
cross-legged facing the back, and the other one could sit on the back of the chair. So it's like there and there.
I feel like that's definitely something I've seen you do before.
One could like lie underneath the chair, and then the other one can sit there and just like look down.
True. Yes.
So many ideas. You
Yes.
don't need to get up anymore. So
Yes, but I mean that was probably a bad example in like the 3 chairs, because if there's more, and I'm sitting in and then there's one either side of me, like I'll shuffle across and sit next to the other single person so that the 2 people can sit down.
yeah.
You know, rather than making the couple sort of have to split and sit either side of me or whatever it is, where a lot of people don't do that. And that frustrates the hell out of me.
Yeah.
It's just like tiny little things that might not even register to the other person, but it's like a little tiny baby good karma
Nice
deed.
gesture. Nice
Yeah.
gesture. I mean, we could go on a rant about that for a while, about how dumb people are. But let's not, because it's positive day. It's positivity. It's positive day. I don't know why I said it's positive day, but it's a positive episode.
Yes.
It is a positive day, actually. It's looking at this completely blue skies. The sun is out, and there's a slight breeze. So what is something very small, almost insignificant, but you're really good at it and you like it?
Can I have an example?
Well, like something that just came to my mind is I'm pretty good at car racing games. Not that I play them a lot or like them that much, but I'm really good at them. I'm like really good at them. It means absolutely nothing. Oh, also, should we play Among Us at some point?
Yes.
Cool.
I don't know. I really don't know how to answer that.
Like something like you make the bed every day. You're good at organizing colors of pencils and pens, or tidying something up. Good at cleaning something.
I have really
creating
good
something.
spatial awareness.
Yeah.
Like I'm very good at looking at a room and telling you exactly sort of what will fit into it and how things will relate to each other.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Not awareness of outer space. Is that what you were thinking?
No, because you were saying like a spatial awareness before, as in like with people.
No, that was
around
self-awareness.
Yeah, but self-aware, you've still got to be spatially
No, like
aware.
yeah, I'm really good. I have
Awareness
an
of
impeccable sense of
space.
direction. Awareness of outer space.
Awareness.
I have impeccable sense of direction, and I have really, really good spatial awareness. And in relation to objects fitting in other objects and stuff like that.
I used to have such a good internal compass. I just like don't anymore. Hey, I feel as though it's
Really?
like ever since I moved over to Sydney, I couldn't tell you which way is north
Really?
at all.
Huh.
But like, back in WA, I could tell you if I was in the middle of fucking nowhere, I'd be like that way, straight up.
That's because Western Australians can smell which direction the ocean is.
Yeah.
No, I think I have an incredible sense of direction. And like I very, very rarely, if ever, will get my rights and lefts confused, or working in service industry, the mirror of that. So if a customer says, I want that thing on the right, I know that it's my left. Like instantly I'm able to do that.
All right.
But yeah, I think spatial awareness is my gift. Like being able to tell, especially when it comes to when we were moving. I knew exactly what was going to fit where, and what I could fit into a room and how it would all be organized before anything was even out of boxes or anything.
Oh, I would say I'm very good at directions.
You're good at giving directions or remembering directions?
Remembering directions. I'd say giving
Same.
directions, but yeah. And
I'm not that great at giving directions, but if I drive somewhere once, I can drive there again and again without a secondary need of anything.
And I would attribute that to playing games as a kid. Because you have to remember maps and routes and all that sort of stuff again and again and again.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's very... Yeah. No, maybe it is. It's scientifically proven. Good sir.
Oh, I didn't play that many games when I was little.
Oh. But those games that you did play, were you really good at them? And remembering where to go?
I didn't play video games when I was a kid. I only started when I was like 13. Maybe older.
Oh, well, there we go. Those are the key years. Those are the dream years.
What do you mean, there we go? I'm also very good at that.
Forming the brain. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you might have been just naturally good at it anyway, but I'm saying...
What, when I was a teenager?
Yeah.
Right. I thought you meant like as a younger kid, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Right. Yeah.
No.
I know.
No. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sort of like... I feel so wanky at this point because I'm just trying to think of things that I'm good at.
That's kind of the point, though. That's kind of the point, though. Because I feel like doing this, it makes me... at the start, I felt really awkward. But, like... Just thinking about it and, like... talking about it without feeling wanky. Stop making stupid faces. Fuck.
I can't. My face is just like this, Ash.
I'm worried I'm gonna knock my microphone over again. Like I feel all motivated to do stuff.
No, it is very good to give yourself that positive reinforcement a lot of the time because
Definitely.
Yeah, it's always so easy just to belittle yourself, to be negative, and it's to focus on something you've done wrong. But we often don't focus on what we've done right and how much of an impact what we have done is good.
And even like not even necessarily things that you've done wrong, but things that you've done really well and maybe somebody pointed out something that's wrong with it or something like that or something they would have done different. Like trying really hard not to dwell on that by telling yourself, no, I did the best, like my best, and I'm really proud of this. Yeah. And it doesn't matter if that person says, oh, this is a little bit off or whatever it is. If it's for you, you get to be proud of it because you know how much effort you put into it.
Yeah, so easy to take, perhaps, not those negative comments, but, constructive criticisms or something like that, and just think, why I did it this way because, not everything needs to be done a specific way. There are some things that do need to be done a specific way, such as flying an airplane, heart surgery. It's pretty important. But if you're doing something, and especially if you're doing something for yourself, like
personal ventures or creative outlets or just hobbies and things like that, things you want to do.
My old teacher, as in my old teacher, not they are old. My old teacher, when I was at high school, my teacher at high school, let's just say that instead, always told me, like, it came to see my shows and everything like that. My drama teacher, always told me that, like, she was my biggest fan, and I was like, I remember I said to her one time, and I was like, yeah, but my biggest critic as well. And she said, no, you're your own biggest critic. And I was like, fuck, she's still teaching me and I'm not even at school anymore.
That's wonderful.
But honestly, like, it's so true that you judge yourself far more harshly than anybody else does. And you just need to be lenient with yourself and realize your worth and what you've done is pretty cool. Like, it doesn't even matter what it is, but especially when it comes to hobbies or projects or anything like that. But take note of like yourself and what you're good at to help strengthen you, and perhaps what you're not good at to work on, you know, making yourself better at it, or, you know, anything like that.
Yeah. If you're in the habit of being your own biggest critic, maybe you should start practicing being your own biggest fan as well.
Exactly. That's fucking fantastic.
Thanks.
You should be your own biggest fan, and you should, not in the sense that you need to be fucking full of yourself, you know.
But you need to be able to be proud of yourself as well.
Absolutely. You need to
There's no shame in being proud of yourself.
You should have like a couple of things, even though we've been struggling through this, you know, because we did
also spring it on ourselves, but
spring it on ourselves.
Tate's playing with a spring still. If you're not watching.
So
did you just eat that? Where is it?
What?
Where's the spring?
It's gone. Magic.
Did you put it back in your hand?
No, I ate it. I put it in my mouth.
I saw you put it in your mouth, and now I can't.
Actually, hold on. Like, teeth feel weird. But are you freaking out right now?
Yeah, it's fine.
But what was I saying? Yeah, like you need to realize your, like we've been saying, you know, your self-worth when it comes to being good at something, you know, and it doesn't matter what that is, in what aspect of life that is. Like, there's always something, and like recognize your own abilities and be like, okay, hey, I'm really good at sculling beer. Fuck yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah. You know, I'm really good at interior design. I'm good at buying plants. I don't know. Like, everything is endless. Good at style. Good at artistic things. Good at. I'm really good at vacuuming, at cleaning. You know, I'm really good at eating chips. Like,
I think they get it, Tate.
But
you're doing that thing.
Yeah.
You're doing the waterfall thing.
But you know, it's really good to take that and just take a moment, because honestly, it's so easy to be brought down by you know, comments or thoughts about things you should have done, or, you know, all that sort of stuff, and take a moment to think about that. By all means, it's not to say you can't have, you know, those sort of thoughts or anything at all. But also make sure you spend as much time saying what you did right, you know? If you're dwelling on so many things about this was wrong, it's just going to...
Equal parts critic and congratulations.
Exactly. Like, you really need to think more of yourself, just in general.
Yeah. And I think that's really important with sort of the whole theme of the podcast, is you're not as fucked as you think you are, in terms of you're not as broken as you think you are, you're not as bad or untalented or whatever it is. Yeah. And you're pretty great at least one thing. And even if that's just existing and breathing and being alive, well done. But we're going to leave that there. So yeah, go and give yourself a little bit of a pep talk in the mirror and tell yourself you're proud of yourself and you're good at something. All right?
You're awesome. Yeah.
Okay, well, I've been Ash.
And I am still Tate.
And this has been Not As Fucked. We'll see you next week. Bye.
See ya.